Motorists in and around Johannesburg have been saddled with damaging potholes around the country, at least on a daily basis. Many have complained about their cars being damaged due to the poor road infrastructure. But how bad is the situation in South Africa's economic hub? We're hoping to catch up with the Transport MMC in the city of Joburg in just a moment. But first, take a look at what some motorists have had to say about their experience.
Potholes are very expensive for us. They kill our wheels. There's too many roads that have them, and I feel like they should be attended to for the sake of our cars.
Our potholes have affected us for a long time, since the serious rainfall, because we cannot drive around the area. The whole place is potholes, and the municipality is taking a long time to come and fix the pothole.
It could help if more focus is put on this road, because we travel on it every day and our cars get damaged every now and then, and because of that we have to pop up money that we don't even have.
Tell you what, many people will be able to relate with just those sentiments alone. Let's bring in the Transport MMC in the city of Johannesburg, Funzi Ngobeni, who joins us via our video link this morning. MMC, it's great to see you, and thanks for your time and patience. As a start, I mean, what drives this apparent lull in addressing the pothole issue in the city of Joburg?
Yeah, good morning, Ayanda, and good morning to the viewers. Look, I think the underlying issues here, it's the historical lack of maintenance. It's also obviously the historical lack of investment into our infrastructure. And those two things have really impacted on the infrastructure of our, which is our roads. And I mean, I was just looking at the stats the other day, Ayanda. You know, the level of roads, because we do road conditions assessment from time to time, and we have picked up that you know, only about 27% of our roads you know, are in good conditions, meaning that over 70% of our roads really need a lot of work. They need resurfacing, they need reshaping, they need patching, and regraveling as well. So there's a whole lot of work that needs to be done in that, and it's unfortunate that the situation has been allowed to continue for a very long time. But we are obviously, as a new multi-party government in the city of Johannesburg, you know, committed on redressing this, and we have started doing so since we started, you know, coming into power late in last year. So there is a lot of work that needs to happen. There is a lot of investment that needs to go into our infrastructure. If you look at the budget for Johannesburg Road Agency, around 2017, when Mr. Mashaba was in the mayor, he managed to take that budget to close to about 2 billion a year. But unfortunately, later on, it took a dive. It went to about 750 million. We are obviously committed that we need to bring it up so that we can be able to start investing into our infrastructure, repairing the roads, but also making sure that we resurface them, because just pitching potholes there and there, it's not really helpful.
To be fair,
the other important thing,
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was saying the other important thing is really getting the entity functioning. In Johannesburg, we've got what we call Johannesburg Road Agency. It's an entity of the city that is responsible for road maintenance and so forth. That entity, which it falls under my portfolio, has been dysfunctional for quite a long time, without right competence in terms of engineers, in terms of head of departments, and also in terms of the board. The board chairperson, when we came in, was already in suspension on allegation of corruption and so forth. So we need to fix that as well, ensure that we have an entity that is stable, that is capable, that has officials that are capable of addressing or assisting us to address these matters.
Yeah, 750 rand is down from 2 billion, as you put it, but that's still a lot of money given the problems that we're seeing on many important routes along the city of Johannesburg. But you've also touched on the Johannesburg Roads Agency, which is where I was hoping we'd go, which excuse the pun, that's where I think the rubber hits the road, quite frankly, when you think about how deeply entrenched the problems are. There was some kind of initiative to fix more than 230 intersections, or to fix roads on 230 intersections. That ended on the 31st of March because there wasn't an agreement, we failed to reach an agreement on a new service level agreement. Help us understand how that's complicating your work, because that to me sounds like where the real trouble is actually at.
Yeah, so yeah, that relates to traffic signals. So in the city of Johannesburg, the city is managing close to about 2,300 traffic signals around the city. And over and above that, there was also 231 traffic lights that actually belonged to the province, but they were maintained and repaired by the city of Johannesburg on an agreement, an SLA agreement that they had since around 2017. So that agreement between the city and the province, came to an end at around 2020, and the teams have been obviously battling to find each other. And when I came in December last year, I made aware of this. I thought it was very important that I must reach out to MEC Mamabulo and see if we can find a way forward. So I'm glad that we have now closed that matter. Those 231 traffic lights now are maintained by the province. MEC Mamabulo and his team are the one that will be maintaining those 231. Us as Johannesburg, as the Johannesburg Road Agency, we will continue to repair and then maintain the 2,300 odd of these traffic lights around the city. So that's basically what ended up being the solution. And I think going forward, we should be able to see more of these traffic lights being repaired. As you know, we have experienced quite a lot of vandalism of our traffic lights during COVID lockdowns. And as we got out of COVID lockdowns, we saw a lot of our traffic lights being cut and being sold as scrap our scrap metal shops and so forth. So we are dealing with that matter as well. I think the executive mayor has reached out to the national police and provincial police. So we should be working together to try and clamp down on this matter around the city. But the traffic light is also an issue that is really on our radar, and you will see a lot of difference as we go forward, because there is now enough budget. There is now enough officials. Remember, even our officials used to work from home. The 30% of our staff. In fact, we were working on 30% of our staff during COVID. That also made things even worse, because maintenance of roads also suffered and so forth. So we need to claw back at this backlog.
Right.
And we are working very hard to do so.
Very quickly, in the interest of time, we need to find a way of being able to hold you accountable. I'm sure you'll appreciate, given the real actual cost that this comes for many motorists in the city of Johannesburg. I'm wondering whether there's room to develop some kind of mechanism to actually claim from the city of Joburg if you're able to prove that your car has been damaged because of potholes that haven't been fixed.
Yeah, no, you are right, Ayanda. In fact, the city has had that process for a long time. Motorists are able to send their queries to the city at hotline at gra.org.za, and make their claims. We don't want it to get there. We want to fix our traffic, our roads, so that we are not we don't push our residents into this inconvenience. We will be working very, very hard to make sure that they see a difference. This portfolio, unfortunately, you can't spin things around. You can't tell a lie. People live experiences are the one that will tell us that we are making a difference or not. So we will be working very hard. We'll be giving regular feedback to our residents.
Right.
We'll be honest as well to tell them about the challenges that we have in the city, including capacity in terms of resources, in terms of budget and so. But we will work extremely hard to make sure that we turn things around.
And now we have it on the record. Funzi Ngobeni, thanks very much indeed for your time. Funzi is the MMC for transport in the city of Johannesburg. Really appreciate it.